Today we are going to have a look at the sniper rifles in Battlefield Hardline, and I'm going to give you my opinion of what I think is the best, but just remember, it's only my opinion of what I think is the best one. Yours may differ, and if it does, that's okay. So anyway, without further ado, let's get the stats on screen for these sniper rifles and start discussing the pros and the cons. As you can see, there are 4 sniper rifles in Battlefield Hardline. They are the AWM, the R700, the .300 Knockout, which is a syndicate weapon and is a total pain in the arse to unlock, and the Scout Elite. So the AWM and the R700, they share the same damage model, doing a maximum of 100 damage up close, up to 12.5 meters. So what that means is, with a body shot, you will kill any enemy up to 12.5 meters, injured or uninjured, full health, they're down. But it drops off to a minimum of 59 damage at 100 meters, so from 100 meters and beyond you will only do 59 damage with the AWM and R700. Now that 59 damage does still mean it's a one-hit kill to the head with the headshot multiplier, and that's the same for every sniper rifle for the record. The Scout Elite has a slightly different damage model to those two. So the Scout Elite only does a maximum of 75 damage. But what that does mean is it won't always kill with one shot to the body of an enemy. If they're running around on full health, you will only take them down to 25% health. The minimum damage of this weapon is 51. Now, as I said earlier, that means that at any range you will always kill with one shot to the head with this weapon. It does the 75 damage up to 45 meters, and then after that, between 45 and 90 meters, it drops down all the way down to 51 damage. The 300 Knockout is a very different sniper rifle again to the other ones. It has a maximum damage of 100, and it keeps that maximum damage of 100 for 50 meters. So in that close to mid-range sort of engagement, you hit your enemies pretty much anywhere, no matter what health they're on, you will kill them. Now that drops off to a minimum damage, the lowest minimum damage of any of the bolt actions, of 50, and it hits that minimum damage at 80 meters. So from 80 meters and beyond, this weapon is a 2-shot kill to the body or a 1-shot kill to the head. So it'd be fair to say that the 300 Knockout is a really good close quarters sniper rifle because it doesn't require you to get headshots. But then as you start getting beyond 50 meters, it tails off in its effectiveness quite significantly. So what I'd like to talk about now is what I think is the best or most effective all-round sniper rifle available to the professional class in Battlefield Hardline. And I think that's the Scout Elite, and I'll go over my reasons why. So the Scout Elite is viable in close range because it has a really good rate of fire of 85 RPM. It also has an exceptionally good quick reload at under 3 seconds, which for a bolt action is very good. And it has a far better hip fire accuracy than any of the other bolt actions. I know, let's face it, at times you're not really going to be hip firing, particularly as you have quite good secondaries with the professional class, but if you ever need to, actually it's fairly accurate with that Scout Elite. It also has a very high magazine size and a very fast muzzle velocity. The magazine size is 11 rounds, almost double the other sniper rifles, and the muzzle velocity of 640 meters per second is much better than any of the sniper rifles as well. Now, some of the other sniper rifles, for example the AWM and the R700, they have better bullet drop. The bullets don't drop as much, so maybe if you're targeting someone that's completely stationary and you're lining up that headshot, the AWM or the R700, it might be a bit easier. But with a moving target at distance, it will always be easier with the Scout Elite, just because of the bullet speed being so much faster. And I think if you look at those two situations, if you look at an enemy that's stationary, would you want it to be easier to hit him on the head, or would you want it to be easier to hit a moving target? Personally, I think stationary targets with practice are quite easy to hit in the head anyway. It's the moving targets that are trickier, and that's actually something the Scout Elite will assist you with by having such high muzzle velocity. And it's not only that, just going back to the rate of fire, even if you are missing shots because you are calculating the bullet drop and finding it a bit tricky, you have numerous opportunities because the rate of fire is so high. You can spam out shots with this sniper rifle so quickly that even if it does take 1, 2 or 3 shots, you get that choice because of the rate of fire of this weapon. Now, as I said earlier, the knockout and to some extent I guess the AWM and R700 could be considered more damaging in close quarters, although I would argue that the rate of fire makes the Scout Elite extremely damaging, but the one-shot potential of those other weapons. Well, I would say the way that the professional class is just balanced in Battlefield Hardline, you actually have exceptional sidearms for close quarters. When you think of a Tech 9 or the 93R or any of the pistols or sidearms available, they're excellent in close quarters. So yes, that's one argument to say, well, you know, the knockout does 100 damage in close quarters for quite a distance. Yeah, it does. But you have a secondary which can absolutely destroy people in close quarters as well. And be, you know, in extreme close quarters, almost as good as an assault rifle or SMG. It really can get you out of tough spots. So overall, I think the Scout Elite is a really awesome all-round sniper for the professional class. And I think it is my go-to weapon at the moment when I play as the professional. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and until next time, adios amigos.